Hey, this is Susan with Voices for Learning, and in this video, I am going to show you how you can make money recording audiobooks using Fiverr. This is just a quick and easy tutorial about how to set up your audiobook production gig on Fiverr and how you can make money recording these audiobooks. Here we go. Okay, so here we are in Fiverr, and here is my audiobook narrator gig. Now, I had this gig up for a while, and then I took it down, and now I'm kind of putting it back up. I took it down because I was doing an experiment on Fiverr. Total disclosure. This gig does not do as well as my main gig. My main gig is like my, American female voiceover. I will do an American female voiceover. That gig gets tons and tons and tons of traction. And so I was doing an experiment on Fiverr where I paused. In other words, like I deactivated my gigs that weren't performing as well. And so this was one of the gigs that I took down, my audiobook narrator gigs, just to see if it would maybe bolster the performance of my other gigs that do really, really, really well. I don't know that it necessarily made a difference, but it was just an experiment. So anyway, that's why I sort of paused it, and I'm putting it back up at this point right now. But anyway, what I'm going to do is just walk you through what this gig looks like, and answer the question, can you make money on Fiverr with an audiobook gig? The gig for audiobooks is different than your typical voiceover gig. And the way that it's different is you can see right here on the screen, the audiobook narrator gigs have packages. And so that's a little bit different. So what I'm going to do is walk you through these packages. Everything else is exactly the same. It's just that you have the different packages. So let me show you just how this works. I'm going to go ahead and click on this button right here up at the top, or this link, Edit Gig, and we'll just go right on into it. So as you can see, it's absolutely the same as like a regular Fiverr, voiceover gig. The gig title is exactly the same. I will narrate and produce your audiobook. If you do go through and you do research on other people's audiobook narration gigs, you'll see maybe like ACX standards or ACX in the title. And I absolutely say, experiment with that, see how that works on your search results. Definitely, absolutely. The category that this is going to go under, it's the same as voiceover. It's music and audio. However, the subcategory is a little bit different. Instead of here, I think voiceover is at the top. Instead of voiceover, you're going to pick audiobook production. And then you just choose your language. And then you go ahead and put in your search tags. Now, in my search tag, that's where I put ACX. My other search tags are just American audiobook, audiobook narration, audiobook narrator, and female audiobook, and then ACX. So I did include ACX in my search tag, but everything else, I didn't include ACX in it. But like I said, experiment with the word ACX or the letters ACX and see how that works. I'm going to go ahead and save this, and then I'm going to show you the pricing, and then everything else is exactly the same. So pricing with the packages. Now, it looks like up here you can not offer a package, so I'm just going to click this. So you can just have like one package where, you just say like, however many minutes, this is how much it costs. I went ahead and just did the packages, I don't know, here, they're taking me through a tutorial. I don't need a tutorial. I guess I don't necessarily need a package. I think it kind of looks cool, but I could experiment with that too. But anyway, you get 3 packages, and it's a basic, a standard, and a premium package. The basic package, I just said it's 15 minutes of finished audio, because there are some books out there that are really short, that are like a children's book. or some kind of like manual that are just going to be about 15 minutes long. How much do I charge for that? Well, I'll show you in a second. So you get kind of like a little description underneath the, what the basic package is, 15 minutes of finished audio. And of course, hang on a second, 15 minutes of finished audio means that it's edited, it's mastered, it's ready to go, it's ACX standard. It's absolutely, I'm following everything about the ACX submission requirements. That's what I'm basing it on. My benchmark is ACX requirements. And then the description under that is record up to 15 minutes or 2,250 words that are fully edited and mastered and ready to market. In other words, ACX ready. How many days did that take to deliver? 3 days. How many revisions do you get? 1. And I really should just do 0, because revisions in my book, it just means that you can change the script, which I really don't want. I don't want any author to change the script, but I'll keep that revision in just in case, because sometimes authors will come to me and they'll think like, well, don't I get a chance to tell you to change anything? And of course they can change my vocal performance, to a degree if like I mess something up, but I don't want them changing the script. But I'll keep it as a 1 revision just because sometimes authors do get confused about that point. What's the unedited audio length? 15 minutes. And I take this to be like, what's the actual like length of the audio? It's 15 minutes. And what does this package include? And you just check voice recording, proofing, audio editing, split chapters, noise reduction. I'm not going to do music placement, mixing, and retail audio sample. Absolutely. And that's $75. So that's my basic package. My standard package is just that doubled. So instead of 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 4,500 words instead of 2,250 words. This one, it's a 5-day delivery. Same thing. It's just everything's just doubled and everything's exactly the same. So this would be $150 for 30 minutes of ready to go, ACX ready audio. And 30 minutes, again, you may say like, well, 30 minutes of an audiobook. Again, there are some short books that are out there, like some books that are just, like I said, like manuals or kind of like a nonfiction sort of like, self-help, how to do something, that type of thing, or children's books, that are only 30 minutes long. And then my premium package, it's just everything doubled again. 60 minutes. Now, what I'm getting at, you can see it's exactly the same thing. So 60 minutes is going to take me 6 days. Probably take me less than that, but whatever, give myself some time. But 60 minutes, what that means is, so 1 hour of my work is, I basically charge $300 per finished hour in an audiobook. In audiobook world, I charge $300 per finished hour. So, if your book is 5 hours long, it's going to be 300 times 5. It's going to be $1,500. Now, I do have some extras and the extra minutes. In other words, like since my rate is $300 per finished hour, that basically means $5 per minute. So I will charge $25 for an extra 5 minutes. $75 for an extra 15 minutes. And this is just all kind of like, well, 5 minutes is not half of 15 minutes, but just, so they get the idea that, any extra minute, they do have to pay for. And then I also will include extra fast delivery. If I deliver for the basic, which is the 15 minutes, I will deliver that in 1 day for an extra $100. The standard, which is 30 minutes, I will deliver in 2 days for an extra $100. And premium, I will deliver in 4 days, which is the full hour of audio, for an extra $100. So that's all it is, just extra fast delivery. I don't offer any extra revisions. I don't do any music placement. And I also have one other extra, which is called uploading to ACX. Oh, let me change that. Capitalize C and X. So I will upload to ACX for an extra $50. In other words, like I will take all of the chapters and I will put them on ACX and I will make sure that it's ready to go and that everything's perfect and ready to get in that quality assurance line and then ready to market. And my description is, for the upload to ACX, I will upload your chapters to ACX and be available to you to answer any questions. Because you have to remember, these authors, they're coming to you because they don't know how to do it themselves. They don't know how to get on ACX. They don't know where to go. And so this is actually a really valuable an extra perk for these authors that you are willing to do this. And I always do a Zoom call and they are on the Zoom call with me and I show them how to do it. And I just say, if you ever hire a different audiobook narrator, you know how to do it next time. You know, that it gives them that power. And I'm also always available anytime after they can ask me questions. I mean, I will always be, helpful for anybody. And this is just an extra $50 and it will just take, 2 days. And I just do additional 2 days because sometimes it may take us a little bit of time to kind of like get our schedules hooked up together. And I don't want to ever be late on a delivery. And so I'm just giving myself an extra 2 days. And then down here, at the last part in pricing are the subscriptions, and you can put a subscription on this. I do subscriptions on all of my gigs and I have never sold a subscription yet. So we'll see if I even get a subscription on this. I just do it because I'm like, well, whatever, we'll just try it. But it's a monthly subscription for 3 months. You get a 10% discount. We'll see if anybody takes me up on that, and I'm just going to save it. So let's look at the final result. So I'm going to save it and preview it. And here it is. Here's what it looks like. So here is my lovely thumbnail, and you can hear the audio of what I have.
Hunter didn't appear to have a gun anywhere around him, so that was a good start. My nerves began to settle as he smiled. No look.
All right, so that is my main demo, and it has 3 different pieces on it. And then here is my, what is this one? This is my suspense.
His voice was a ball of fiery anger. He was glued to the hatred he felt.
And then this one is my
This is where we absolutely have to start focusing.
So I've got a couple different examples that they can listen to. And then, of course, other works, other audiobooks that I have done on ACX. So there is that. And, best of luck on this. I think of Fiverr, it's always an experiment. We're always, just trying to hit those top search results. And we experiment with the keywords. We experiment with, lots of just different things, pausing certain gigs that maybe aren't performing as well as other certain gigs, and just see how that works. I just did an experiment and now I'm putting my gig back up and we'll see how that goes. If I get any traction, I will definitely let you know. So if you have any questions for me, just let me know. And if you are interested, I have in the description a really good course on producing audiobooks on ACX. It's done by my friend Anthony Pica, and it's an online course. It's not very expensive. I have a feeling that you will 100% make your money back very quickly after investing in that and doing everything that's in that online course. And I think you will really get a lot of value out of it and also enjoy it because Anthony is such a character. But please check that out in the description and leave me a comment if you have any comments. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.